between my last stream and this stream, Overwatch has put up a brand new update. It's got 1 million views, so I'm sure you guys have all seen it. I have actually watched it, so it won't be a reaction video today. But I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on it real quick before we get into today's stream. If you are watching this as a video, welcome in. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'm just going to, be sharing my opinion on everything. Again, not going to be reaction. I'm just going to be going through it really, like, not quickly, but I'm just going to be like, going through it as we go. Because if we do a whole reaction to 30 minutes, we're just abusing the reaction system. And I can't be bothered. If you haven't seen this, spoilers ahead, I will link this video down in the description below. If you are watching live, it is obviously this title. But that being said, I'm going to be doing spoilers. So this is your last warning. 3, 2, 1, we're fine. So it opens up with Vendetta battling Doomfist. Obviously, Vendetta, Vengeance, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I like this to an extent. I like this because... You know what, I'll just mute it and play some of the cutscene. I did like this because of the fact that we get more lore. If you know me, chat, I love the lore of Overwatch. I think the lore's fantastic. And I think any story related, I've always been calling for an Overwatch movie. It needs to happen soon. Needs to happen. Don't know how it hasn't happened, or like a series or something. But yeah, any lore's a W. But I don't like the fact, and I don't think it's fully... But spoilers ahead, I don't like the way they've killed off Doomfist. Rip all the Doomfist mains. I don't think he's personally dead. I don't think he's dead. I think it's just to set the story up. Obviously, if they're going to kill Overwatch characters, then that's going to piss a lot of people off. More than my videos and shorts, by the way. But yeah, I think that's just to set up the story arc. Obviously, she's going to take over Talon. And yeah, we're getting story for the whole year, which is a W. I've seen that they've copied like the comic system out of Marvel Rivals, and they are copying a lot of Marvel Rivals stuff. But overall, any more story, any more cutscenes, I think they could have done a bit different from the comics. But I guess comics have been around in Overwatch before Marvel Rivals ever existed, so I'm happy there. That is the biggest W of the whole update, in my opinion. Then we got Adam Keller. Hopefully I've said his name right. Yeah, Adam Keller. Yeah, see, my memory's good. Sorry, I haven't been tuning into Overwatch for a while. Adam Keller, order farming, to say the least. He's order farming, turned into the seats and stuff, and it's just, yeah, it was a bit cringy to be honest, but hey, it is what it is. On to the biggest announcement that most people will be interested in, heroes. So they've announced that they're adding 10 new heroes in the first season, which is going to span, I think, the year, isn't it? So I think the whole year it's going to span, and it's obviously we're going to get 10 heroes in the year. 5 are releasing next week, so that's a massive chunk. And this is where my first issue happens, because on paper, right, and hear me out here, on paper, this sounds fantastic. The 10 heroes, we get more content. W, like, look at these characters, they're amazing. W, what possibly can Coyote say that is negative about this? Well, my first gripe of all sorts is, this might be an unpopular take, but because there's so much more characters getting added, it's going to be hard for developers to keep up. And hear me out, they're going to be cutting a lot of corners, and it shows already. It shows already. So let me go through like the first couple of heroes. So we got Domina, which is, she's kind of cool. But this is where like the issue is for me anyway, because I know most people are just gonna go, shut up, Coyote. It is what it is. But when you add more heroes, think of a design decision of Overwatch. You have to make a character that not only fits into the lore of the game, which they're pushing a lot more now. You have to design them with multiple abilities, and on top of that, you need to design them with unique characteristics and make them cool, because Highguard is released and they have the most generic characters ever, Highguard catching strays. But because Highguard released like that, the characters weren't iconic. And what is Overwatch popular for? It's iconic characters, in my opinion, and story and lore. So I it's so hard to design someone that is all of them plus balancing issues. They have to make sense in the game when you're playing it, because a lot of players don't care about story lore and how cool the character looks. They just want to bloody play the game and shit on people. So all of that, there's going to be a lot of corners being cut, and I can see it already. Again, I could be wrong about this. This is all just an opinion. I'm just saying it how I see it. I think overall, for the majority of players, though, this is a W update, and they're gonna thrive. By the way, I guess Overwatch characters. While we're on the topic of this, I didn't want to talk about it this early on. But as we're talking about this character right here, you can probably notice around this area, Overwatch characters have been sexualized in the past, but it's not bad compared to, like, say, like, fucking hell, Fortnite and, like, Marvel Rivals is the big one. Obviously, again, doesn't matter at the end of the day, but I feel like we're going to see a lot more of characters getting sexualized. But again, you know, I have a for or against that. I think the skins are going to be amazing, and I don't mean just in that way. I just think that they're going to, like, with the updates and stuff and with, like, the elements that they're adding, I think the skins are going to be fire. But anyway, let's actually talk about the characters. So we got Domina now. She's a tank. I think she's like the same, like, thing around Symmetra, like the Vishkar, I think. And basically she's going to be a tank. She looks cool. I'm not going to lie. She's honestly, like, she's honestly one of the better characters, like, design-wise. And she looks really fun to play, so I can't wait to get into there. We've got Emery, I think it's called. Yeah, Emery. Emery is basically the Soldier 76, and again, this is where I'm saying the cutting corners, because it's just Soldier 76. We've already got Soldier 76. You're gonna see a lot of characters just doing the same things. You're going to see a lot of characters with around the same abilities. You're going to see a lot of characters being robbed from other games, which is fine. I don't mind the robbing from other games, because there needs to be that competitive balance between the games. But yeah, he's basically just bloody Soldier. But guess what? He can aim. I literally turned to my partner and said, when watching this live, I bet he just has a 3-arm base gun. And yep, that's what it is. But yeah, it's, again, I think he looks generic AF, but so does Soldier, in my opinion. Again, could be a W, could be a L. Again, more characters. And then we've got some of the cool ones. We've got Mizuki next. I think Mizuki is the best looking character that we've got with the uniqueness, and I'm really happy over Mizuki. But yeah, got some cool abilities. We got Mizuki, and then we got a Firebird. We got, like, yeah, Amaran, which is in the game play testing now. I'm gonna test it on Wednesday when the season launches and stuff. We're gonna play her, and then basically she's just Phoenix. She's literally just Phoenix, and they know what they're doing, so I'm not gonna shit over there. But yeah, this is what I mean when they're gonna cut corners and stuff. And then we got we got Jetpack Cat, which I would be mad at. Not mad at, that's a bad word, but there's all the characters there. I would be upset because Jetpack Cat, I feel like it's the most generic, like, fan service character ever, because everyone's been going on about Jetpack Cat, but look at him. Oh, look at her. She's adorable. It's okay. It's going to be madness, just picking up your teammates and yeeting them off the map. Can't wait for all the clips. She's going to be a clip famine. So I think that's them 5 characters are good. But again, I'm really scared for the future, because 10 characters a year, that's going to be hard to keep on top of with Overwatch's track record. I just hope and pray that the game doesn't lose its identity. I hope all the characters seem unique, and I hope they carry on that way. I cannot see that happening. If I'm totally honest with you, I cannot see Overwatch keeping its uniqueness, if I'm honest with you. But again, time will tell. Probably like Coyote, shut up. We're on to the next part of the update, and that is sub roles, which that Jetpack Cat picture. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. PNG. Anyway, yeah, sub roles. So you're still going to have your DPS, tank, and support, but obviously support's going to be mixed into tactician, medic, survivor. You know, you can put the pieces together. I think that, you know what, I was a bit like, making the game complicated at the start. But again, maybe it will help new players decide, you know what, if I want to just solely focus on healer, I'm just going to go through the medic route. If I want to solely go through the tank. Hello, Waterguard, welcome to the stream, by the way. You've caught us rambling about Overwatch. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe. I think it's overcomplicating the game, but because there's going to be so many more characters in the game, they need to do something like this. So you know what, if it reminds me of the beta of Overwatch 1, but let's do it. UI, probably the best update. I think the UI looks sexy. Everything's fine. I don't really care about the alerts that they've said, but basically the UI looks fine. Everything looks nice. And then another update with the season, you can either choose Talon or Overwatch, and then you can do challenges, and it's going to be like a battle over the season, which is good. But they said you can swap. You can swap teams if you've made the wrong choice, or you can fight for both. I don't know how that's going to work. That sounds shite on paper. I'd rather them pick like the dark side or the good side, and then that's it. You're locked in for the year. Or maybe let players like switch halfway. If they can flip-flop, I feel like everyone's just going to, abuse that. I don't know. Again, I have to see that when it comes out, but on paper it sounds great. They promised new like map changes and stuff with like lighting, and I seen the lighting changes and the graphics changes. Fire, honestly, really good. Game's gonna look super sexy. Happy about that. They've announced new skins and stuff. Again, all you've probably seen this again. Mythic weapons. They did announce Mercy getting a new mythic skin again. I can't remember when they announced that, but Mercy's getting another mythic, which is weird because I feel like they should focus on the heroes that haven't got mythic skins. But hey, I'm sure Mercy players won't complain about that. Then something that sort of completely blindsided me was the Hello Kitty event. I don't know. I think this is for very specific people. Like the Seraphim and all that makes sense. Like the anime ones, that makes sense. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess Lucio's skin's fire. Juno looks cute, I guess. Not for me, like, but I guess if you're a fan of Hello Kitty and Overwatch, you're gonna love that. I can't see that many people. I don't know. And then they announced like the design choice, like different to Stadium. I don't care about Stadium. If you play Stadium, I'm sure that's good. Then they brought back the card system. That's not the card system, and I think this is the final update to finally like put the nail in the coffin to say, right, we fucked up on Overwatch 2. We've basically just been reversing every single update. We've brought back the fire system, we've brought back the loot boxes, we've brought back all the stuff, and it was just weird. But again, I like the card system. This is fine. It's fine. We needed that. I don't know why they took it out. And then they've announced like another cutscene and stuff like that. And then the big one that everyone got onto, and I didn't get onto, but they're basically dropping the 2 from Overwatch 2. So I guess that's admitting that they failed, but kind of didn't at the same time. I'm not expecting them to kind of go, right, we fucked up. But at least now, I think this is a W. We needed to go back to Overwatch 1. They've spent the whole lifespan of Overwatch 2 going back to Overwatch 1. And now we're looking to the future. But overall, oh yeah, there's the new lighting, by the way. The new lighting looks sexy. Like, it's nice. Like that looks amazing. Hopefully this doesn't destroy our PCs. A lot of people are gonna have to update the PCs to play this one. But yeah, basically, overall, and I'm just gonna play from the start while I waffle here. But overall, I think it's a W update, but I'm really scared to see what they do. I'm really nervous because first glance I was like, no, definitely not. Like, this is not good. Because on paper it seems good, and I know this video is gonna get a lot of hate, but again, this is my opinion, and I really mean it when I say this, because Overwatch has been a big part of my life for so many years, and it's what my channel was, and we're gonna be playing Overwatch regardless. I'm really passionate about it, and the whole story is a W. And they need to really push that, which it seems like they're doing, so I can't shit on that. But overall, with the new heroes and the balancing, I feel like balancing is going to be an issue. I feel like the game's going to lose its life. And I don't mean like die, I mean like it's just going to become another like, not soulless shooter, but you know, it's going to get there in terms of, how can I put this without sounding harsh? It's going to lose its identity a little bit, in my opinion. Like, these characters are not going to be iconic, in my opinion, except Jetpack Cat. A lot of them are going to be forgettable. And because we're cutting corners, less time's going to be worked into it. And they're just going to be more generic as time goes on, in my opinion. And hopefully I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. If we skip ahead 2 years, I look back on this video and go, you know what, Coyote, you're an idiot. But I just feel like they're going to have a lot of issues with the balancing of the game and just, like, you know, keeping everything like Overwatch. But you know what? I will give them credit because they deserve credit. They're doing something. Because I know a lot of the game got neglected going to Overwatch 2, and there was a lot of, like, back and forth. But overall, it was kind of like the game kind of got neglected, especially towards the end of the Overwatch 1's life cycle. So it feels like they're finally doing something, and hopefully this is kind of like the Overwatch 2 we never got. But again, more characters for the average gamer who just wants to get off shift. Like, he's had a hard day at work, you just want to jump on with your mates, have some fun, play a hero shooter, then fair enough. I think this is a massive W update. I'm just looking at it from a streamer point of view, and you know, like, I'm going to dedicate my life to a type of game and I care about everything. So again, I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion. That's just me. Also, I want to say they need to make one update and I will glaze the game forever. And I've been asking for this for a while. We need, and I mean we need 6v6 back, please, Blizzard. I know you're never going to see this. Please, with a cherry and sprinkles on top, do 6v6 again. I hate 5v5. It ruined the game. We need 2 tanks, for fuck's sake. Especially with all these characters getting added now. Like, we need 2 tanks. But anyway, that's me 2 cents. Again, I'm going to put this up as a video on my channel. So if you are watching it back as a video, please like, subscribe. And again, there'll be more in the future. Let me know down below. Again, I am all for discussions. You don't need to hate. Just use your big brains and just debate with me in the comments. You don't need to be audible. You don't need to be, you know, it is what it is. Again, you can disagree with me, and I'm sure a lot of people will. I can disagree with you. Let's just have a discussion, because I like that. And I've had a lot of discussions on TikTok and shorts and stuff. It's cool. And again, for the people in the live chat, let's discuss as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, well, on the video, and I hope to see you on my next one.